Great morning, great morning, great morning. I am Nicole D. Jones, and I am just happy and grateful for another day. I'm happy and grateful for life. I'm happy and grateful for you. I don't take days for granted. I don't take life for granted. I don't take you for granted. Okay. I say this every week, and I will continue to say it because I understand that we are healthy, we are wealthy, we are prosperous. Everything that our hands go to touch, it must, it shall, and it will manifest, prosper, and grow great things because we are great. We are a spirit with soul wrapped in this flesh, and we are created in the likeness and the image of Jehovah God. Listen, we are not God, but we are little gods. We are images of who he is in this realm, in this natural place. Okay. I say it all the time. We're supernatural in a natural space. So I'm happy and I'm grateful today. I had to, shout out to Fundisha, of course. I start my days with her off of her album that she just released, 919. That was Get Up. I don't know, y'all know my dad passed this year. So everyone's telling me, I'm in the first of everything. And I am, it is what it is. But, I felt like with the holidays coming up and, some people, the holidays are not a good time for them, or it's not a time to celebrate because they've lost people that are close to them, or, all of that. And I just have to be honest, like the past few days, I've been feeling something that, of course, I've never experienced or felt before. Holidays is definitely about building memories. I'm very big on Thanksgiving and Christmas to be about memory building. Okay. I take a week at Thanksgiving and I usually get each one of my children, my offsprings, my extensions, whoever want to spend some time with me. And the past few years, I've been intentional, like we just all pick a day. And whatever that person wants to do is what we do. So I don't try to focus on Thursday, on Thanksgiving, on the 25th, on Christmas, but I really try to, do things that build memories. So, of course, this year, what's going to happen? All the memories are going to flood in my head. Okay. I remember very clearly last Thanksgiving. I remember very clearly sitting in the Golden Corral. I was in the trough with my dad because that's where he wanted to be. Our kids are older, so everyone kind of had their own thing. Shoot, some of us wasn't even talking, you know what I'm saying? But it floods memories. This time floods us with memories, okay? And I found myself somber. I found myself heavy. I found myself reminded, because even last year, Golden Corral, me and my dad, we had a heated fellowship for a moment. But hey, it is what it is. I didn't know last Thanksgiving that it'd be my last Thanksgiving, all right? But I'm so grateful because I'm sharing all this today because I want to remind you that it's never what we go through, it's how we choose to get through it. All right. It's real. It just is what it is. We had a heated fellowship for a moment last Thanksgiving in the trough. And but I'm grateful that something did not allow me to leave on that note. Now, please understand, I am who I am and I'm aggressive and all of that. I can be in my conversation, but I love my dad. All right. I love my dad. So even though he, was plucking that good nerve I tell y'all about, I'm not gonna disrespect my father, and I'm definitely not gonna do it based off of the conversation we was having. But we was both, I'm a product of him. So he on one side of the table, I'm on one side of the table, face tight, whatever. But I'm so grateful that guilt doesn't overwhelm me because I never left that table. I never left him that way. So it's in this season, if you're one that may be heavy, or if you're one that seasons, holidays are hard for you because, losses and things like that, I just encourage you to be reminded that we are walking out, that it's never what we go through, it's how we choose to get through it. We're understanding that the battlefield is only in the mind. We understand that we are controlled human beings. We are learning to have self-control. That is our number one goal. So it's perspective. It's how do we want to look at it? What do I choose to remember in that day? And I choose to remember that last Thanksgiving, I had it with my dad, and I had him to myself. I had him selfishly. It was me and him. Because everybody, listen, my dad was at the Golden Corral every day, y'all. When COVID hit, we didn't know what he was going, we didn't even know if he was going to eat. Okay? Every day, 3 times a day. I mean, breakfast, lunch, and dinner in the Golden Corral every day. It got to the point where I didn't even go to his house to see him. I used to be like, are you at the office? He'd be like, yep. I knew what the office was. We literally would go to the Golden Corral. I would take my stuff. I would work from the Golden Corral just to spend time with him. We would go and eat. Khadijah and the kids, like, to date, I still go every Tuesday to meet my geriatric crew, okay? To date, all right? That was what he wanted. That's what he loved. So I just want to remind somebody who may go through this season heavy. And now don't get it twisted. I'm not saying to ignore those things, all right? I can't ignore how I was feeling. But what I can do is I can understand that it is an emotion, and I have the authority and the power and the control to be able to look at my glass half full and never half empty. All right. It's Meal Prep Monday. I want to remind you today that you are healthy. I want to remind you that you are wealthy. I want to remind you that you are prosperous. I want to remind you that you are loved. I want to remind you that you are loved. I want to remind you that everything that you give is love because it's who you are. I want to remind you of the 3, the 12, and the 72 that Jesus sent out 2 by 2. I want to remind you to be okay to pull on your 3, to have a healthy circle in these times. You were never meant and created to walk this journey alone. But at the end of the day, this journey is the journey. It is what it is. It is preparation to the final destiny, okay? It comes with highs and lows. It comes with life. It comes with life, all right? So, Meal Prep Monday. Why am I saying this on Monday before Thanksgiving? Because I want you to be able to continue to build memories. See, I got to a point, because that's the thing that I like to do, that I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. Like, no, sir, no, ma'am. I will not rob myself. Hear what I'm saying? I will not rob myself from the things that I know brings pleasure and joy. If it wasn't for me taking a posture of memory building, I wouldn't have memories today to help me on a day that's hard. Okay? So I want to remind you and encourage you. Okay? It's a choice. Life is what we make it. This journey, there are things predestined, but one thing I can guarantee you, that when it comes to Jehovah God, nothing happens by chance or surprise to him. Nothing, all right? Just to us. But in knowing that nothing happens by chance or surprise to him, I know that there is a way of escape. I know that there is a way of peace. I know that there is a way of peace that will surpass my natural understanding. See, we got to level up, all right? We got to start walking in our original DNA, which is supernatural. When these natural cares of this world begin to weigh you down and overwhelm you, we got to learn how to level up. Man up, woman up, whatever you want to call it, okay? Because as long as we do it through a posture of submission and humility, never arrogance and pride, we can't go wrong, okay? There was a Holy Spirit left to lead, guide, and direct us, okay? He never leaves us. He never forsakes us. Anytime we're going through something, there is always added strength, always. And when he knows that the Spirit is not enough, he will manifest it naturally. Hear what I'm saying? And even if you don't believe it, by faith, believe and ask for help with your unbelief. It's written, it's documented. Okay? I told you, personal growth and self-development, we all need it. But the number one book that we should be in is the Bible. That's the one for me. Period. It's a living document. It grows. It does everything that you needed to be able to go through this journey day to day. And because we are human, because we're human, when the spirit part is not enough, man, listen, he used a bush, a burning bush to talk to someone. He used a donkey and a rock. You think that we're not going to be used for one another? Come on, y'all. So now, Meal Prep Monday, all right? Just want to remind you, I wasn't sure what I wanted to say, how I wanted to say. Today is for me. It's a choice. We've got to start choosing a yes. Not what our flesh wants. Because, you know, most of the time our flesh will take us the wrong way. All right? Because we're spirit with a soul wrapped in flesh. When your flesh and it all get to riling up, that's usually what you shouldn't be doing. Usually, all right? When it is the forefront, when it's what's pushing you, all right? Because right now, my flesh would love for me to stop moving. My flesh would love for me to get depressed or sad or whatever, because these are all real emotions, but I choose not to. I choose not to. And if it gets to be too much, you just got to remember that there's always a ram in the bush for you, okay? It's the holiday season. And like I said, I've never been in this space before. I've never been without my dad. But one thing that I have been that's constant, that is real and true, I have been intentional to build memories. So guess what? I'm going to continue to build memories because I got a 29-year-old and I got one that's about to be 9 years old. That when I leave this journey by faith, I believe that we'll have so many memories built on what is relevant and what is important, that when they feel how I feel today, that they'll be able to pull from that bank in that bucket, that they'll keep getting up. Okay? Meal Prep Monday. It is a choice. Continue to choose up. Continue to choose to keep your head up high. Continue when the things of life, when the cares of the world become heavy, because y'all do realize that the world is dark. All right? Y'all, this ain't a revelation, okay? The world is wicked. The world is dark. But guess what? You are the light. You were created from the light. Your spirit, your soul, your flesh, but your spirit man first. Your original DNA is light. So you can't help but to be who you are. All right? We are learning to be who we are unapologetically through a posture of submission to Jehovah God. When we submit, we walk out humility. We never do it in arrogance and pride. Okay? So it's Meal Prep Monday. And like I said, I'm just here to remind you that you are healthy. You are wealthy. You are prosperous. Everything that our hands go to touch, it must, it shall, it will manifest, prosper, and grow great things because you're great. Your hands are great. Your visions are great. Your thoughts are great. Your provision is great. Your words are great. They will build, not tear down. Okay? And when you're feeling a little wiggly, when you're feeling a little light, that's when that ram is going to come. That's why it's so important. Do a self-evaluation. Who's around you? Because everyone doesn't deserve you. In love. I don't say that in an arrogant or cocky way, but everyone doesn't deserve you. Everyone's not ready for the light. Everyone's not ready for the light, but it's okay. You continue to be the light because everyone doesn't dictate you. And when you start to get a little dim, you got so much light around you. That's why you got to know who has access to you. That they kind of see like, hold on, that little light over there flickering. What's going on, Nicole? You good? Because light on light, you can't do nothing but get bright. Okay? So, Meal Prep Monday. You know, I never want to belabor the time. Some of y'all in the kitchen already getting ready for Thursday. Not my story. But hey, anybody want to feed me? Y'all know how to get in touch with me. Come on, let a sister know. All right. It's not my story, especially this year. But I just lost focus. Listen, sister hungry. What time is it? It's 10:20. I need to go eat breakfast. But no, real talk. As we're preparing for the holiday season, and you know, to those who have lost loved ones, to those where the season is just hard, to those who may be separated from their loved ones. By faith, I just believe that this year, if your posture is kind of in a negative or a downward spiral, this season, by faith, I believe that you will accept an invitation, that you'll be willing to experience peace, love, and joy with other people, that you'll be willing to put yourself in that environment. Okay? Don't spend a day that we just have it on the calendar to be thankful, but we should be grateful every day. We should be grateful and thankful every day. This is just, for me, a day that I can get paid to be home, you know, government employee. But I'm grateful and I'm thankful every day. And that's what I had to remind myself, that because it's the season, it doesn't stop the big picture. It doesn't stop that memories is what we hold on to. I lost my dad physically, but he is still alive. He is with me. He's always with me. When I feel like I need him, all I do is grab this. Because this is just a reminder. It went from his neck to mine. Okay? But in my heart, in my subconscious, in my DNA, he's still there. He's still there. So I'm grateful for the physical people that are still in my life that I can lean on and continue to have my love tank filled. All right? So I hope that this encourages someone. But I want to remind you, as always, stay humble, stay focused, and stay positive. Continue to be the best version of you unapologetically. Being okay to face those places in us where we feel weak or we feel sad or somber, like any of that. Be okay with that, because all of that is necessary and needed for you to be the best version of you. And no one can do it better than you can. All right? And you're needed. I need you. And hopefully you need me too. All right? So again, I am Nicole D. Jones, and I want you to continue to have a fantabulous rest of the day. Smooches.